Now that you've read through the what is GitHub sort of introduction, you have a better idea of what GitHub actually is. It's a fantastic way to sort of parallelize design and to collaborate from programmer to programmer. So in this first section of this tutorial, I'm going to just show you how to actually create your first repository on your remote GitHub account. Okay, so we're going to start here at this page, right? So I just went to github.com. I went ahead and logged in. This is my account right here. And this is the page that I am greeted with my new account. So obviously I don't have any repositories created at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and go over here to the other side of to the left side of the screen, and I'm going to go ahead and click create repository. Now, if you already have a GitHub account, the steps are going to be a little bit different in terms of setting up your repository. So you're going to just create a new repository there. But for those of you who are just beginning, just follow along right with me. So I encourage you to go ahead and have your GitHub account open and just follow along with this tutorial. Okay, so we're going to create a repository. All right, so this is the screen that you should be greeted with. So it's obviously going to have your name in the owner, and then we're going to create a repository name, and we're going to call this Cyber 101. It's going to see if it's available, so it's in my account, Cyber 101. Okay, so you're going to go ahead and create the same thing. Well, your account name is going to be different than mine, but go ahead and name the repository Cyber 101. Now we're going to go ahead and give it a description. Obviously this is optional, but it's very, very, very useful. We're going to say this is a repo for Cyber 101 material. And there we go. Okay. We're going to go ahead and make this public because we're not going to be putting anything in here that is sensitive or of consequence. It's always good to go ahead and add a README file because you're going to be using those at some point. Everything else you can go ahead and leave. You can leave the template here, but we're going to go ahead and just use an MIT license. The MIT license is a pretty general, good licensing scheme for us. Okay, so now that we have everything set up, we're going to click Create New Repository. And we're going to go ahead and let that set it up. There we go. Okay, so here is our fresh new repository. Now, sort of looking around, we have our bar up here that has a lot of different options. The primary element that you're going to be spending time in is the code element, because this is where it sort of gives you your file structure and all of the documents that are in this repo. You can also, in terms of parallelization, you can create new issues and you can work together on those. You're also going to see your pull requests here in the pull requests tab. There are actions, projects, wiki that are optional and are very, very, very useful for bigger projects. Security is where we're going to actually set up different elements of our security for our repository. For this particular one, it's going to be pretty low key. And then in settings, you're obviously going to be able to add collaborators and change some of the settings there. Now, Insights is nice and useful because you actually can see what's going on and who is accessing your code. All right, so this is your brand new repo. One thing I do want to point out to you in the next step, or in the step that we're going to be adding this to our local repo, you're going to be using this button right here. This is going to go ahead and give you the HTTPS, the SSH, or GitHub CLI addresses that we're going to use in those command line calls. Okay, so whenever I'm talking about getting that address, it is from this little drop down arrow. All right, so we'll see you in the next video.